Hi, I'm Devin. Thank you for joining me tonight and taking a moment for movement. Tonight we're going to focus on building strength through the lower body. So after a good warm up, we're going to really work on building strength in these muscles, and then we're going to stretch them all out as well. So let's get started laying flat on our backs on our mats. So make yourselves comfortable, tuck the shoulder blades under the back of the body, release the arms out to your sides, let the toes roll towards the outside corners of your mat, and just take a couple nice deep breaths, letting the body relax. And notice how your body feels today. So if there are any muscles that are tight or a little sore, that's all right, just acknowledge them. We may need to move more gently through our practice, or as we warm up, you might feel really great and really ready for a good workout. So let's walk the heels together, point the toes, reach the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, and reach the palms away from the body. Become nice and long. Breathe deeply here, feeling the rib cage expand towards the sides of the mat. And then reach your palms over towards the top right corner of the mat, finding length through the left side of the torso. Inch your heels over towards the bottom right corner and cross your left heel on top of the right ankle. And let's come back through center, walk the heels back in as well. Reach the hands over towards the top left corner, then inch the heels to the left and cross the right ankle over the left foot. Good, let's come back through center. Release the arms, bring them down to your sides. Bend both knees, hug them in towards the chest. And rock side to side, gently massaging the back. Breathing deeply. Good. Keep the right knee towards the chest. Lower the left leg down. Point and flex the right foot a couple times. Then circle the toes in both directions. And then make your way up to the hips. Start by rocking it side to side. And circling it around. Both directions. Good. Pull the leg back in towards the chest. Bring your hands around to the right hamstring. Flex the right foot. Reach the heel up towards the sky. Find that length all the way down the back of the leg, from the heel all the way to the glute. Pull the leg gently towards your chest. And on your next inhale, let's lift the head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat, sliding our hands up higher towards the heel. So we're going to get a little bit more intensity in this stretch, but again, we don't want the legs shaking. This shouldn't be painful. If it's too much, slide back down a little bit. Now lower the head, neck, and shoulders one more time. Slide the right hand down. Bend the right knee, and we're just going to open the hip out to the right side. So we'll feel this stretch through the right inner thigh. Keep your hips and shoulders grounded and just breathe into that stretch. Good, let's lift the leg up, switch our grip, and exhale, cross the leg over. So our right hip will lift off of the mat. You can keep the right hand down for support. Keep the right shoulder grounded as well. And let's come back through center and lower the right leg all the way down to the mat. Switching sides, hug the left knee in towards the chest. Begin to warm up the foot by wiggling the toes, pointing and flexing the foot at the ankle. Circling the toes in both directions. up to the hip, rocking the leg gently back and forth from side to side. And then circling it around. Start off small and gradually make those circles bigger. And then go the opposite direction. And then pull the left knee back in towards the chest. Move the hands to the hamstring, flex the foot, and reach the heel as high as you can. Feel that length through the back of the leg as you gently draw it in towards your chest. Good. Let's slide the hands up as we inhale, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat. Gaze towards the knee. And let's slide back down. Bend the left knee using the left hand. Exhale and open the left leg down to the left. Inhale, lift the knee back up towards center, switch the grip, and exhale, cross the left leg over to the right, keeping the shoulders planted. Breathe deeply, letting the body relax, letting the left leg sink down towards the mat. And let's come back up through center. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Cross the ankles, tuck the chin towards the chest, rounding the back of the body. Roll 2 or 3 times, and then come up to a seated position, keeping the ankles crossed, letting the outsides of the thighs drop down towards the mat, rolling the shoulders back and away from the ears. So we'll just take a couple breaths here, warming up the head, neck, and shoulders a little bit. Chin to the chest, find length through the back of the neck, and a couple half circles. So bring your ear towards your shoulder, find that length through the opposite side of the neck, just under the ear, and then come back through center, reaching the opposite ear towards the opposite shoulder. Good. One more each direction. And then bring the chin back to the chest and gently look up. Let's inhale both arms all the way up, reaching the fingertips, really elongating the arms and torso, reaching towards the sky. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward at the hips. When you begin to feel that stretch through the back of the body, just drop your hands down towards the mat. Ease the chin towards your chest, looking straight down towards the ground. And breathe deeply here, letting your body relax into this stretch as much as possible. Maybe you can inch your hands a little bit further from the hips, finding more length through the sides of the body, the undersides of the arms, shoulders. And then begin to inch the hands towards the right corner of your mat. Reach back into your left hip. So if we were wearing a pair of jeans, imagine reaching back through that left back pocket. We'll feel this stretch move into the left side of the torso, the back of the shoulder. Breathe into it. Maybe you can inch the fingertips a little bit further from the hips. And let's come back through center and walk them over towards the left corner. Again, push back and down through the right hip. Our shoulders should be even distance from the mat. Good, let's come back through center, lean forward into our hands, come onto your hands and knees. Center your palms under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and let's move with the breath. Exhale, arching the back, look back towards your legs, Inhale, round the spine, look upwards. So exhale, arch. Inhale, round. Exhale, and inhale. Let's do one more. And then come to a neutral spine. Curl the toes. Lift the hips up and back, rooting down through the heels. Coming into downward facing dog. Rotate the creases of the elbows forward, pressing down evenly through the center of the hands. Reach the heels down towards the mat. It's okay if they don't touch, but we want to feel that stretch through the backs of the legs. So since we're just warming up still, you can pedal the heels a couple times. Feel that length intensify one leg at a time. You may want to look left and right gently, letting go of any tension along the length of the neck. And then walk your feet forward, tuck the chin towards the chest. Let's come into forward fold. Again, this is early on in our practice, so let the body just relax forward over the thighs, look towards the knees. Remember, we want a soft bend in the knee joint. We shouldn't be locking out the legs. Good, breathing deeply. And let's round up, stacking the back. Roll the shoulders back and away from your ears as you lift the chin off the chest, looking forward. So moving into our sun salutation to warm up the whole body, let's move with our breath. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, lift the arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, bring the fingertips down to the mat, soft knees, look towards the legs. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Let's hold it here as this is just a warm up. Try and sink your hips down and forward, gently deeper into this lunge. Keep breathing. And now curl the right toes. Exhale, left leg back to plank. Draw the abdominals inwards. Inhale. And exhale, lower knees, chest and forehead to the mat. Inhale, slide forward and lift the head and chest, look upwards. Curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, exhaling, downward dog. Inhale, right leg, big step forward, lower the left knee, flatten the left foot. Again, let's hold it here for a couple breaths. Letting our hips sink down, feeling that stretch through the inner thighs and the left hip flexor. And exhale, release. Left foot forward, look towards the knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Let's do one more just like that. Inhale. And exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up, hold and breathe. Curl the toes, exhale, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower, knees, chest and forehead. Inhale, slide forward, press to the palms, lift the chest, look up. And exhale, curl the toes, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down, foot flat, hold it here and breathe. And exhale, right leg forward, look at the knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release, arms by the sides. Let's do one more set, not holding those lunges. So at our normal speed, inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhale, left leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, foot flat. And exhale, left leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, foot flat, look up. Curl the toes, exhaling, right leg back to plank. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, slide forward, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg forward, right knee down, foot flat. And exhale, right leg forward, feet together, look at your knees. Inhale, arms up, gently arch back. Exhale, release. Arms by the side, shoulders back and away from the ears. Take a nice full breath. Shake out the legs. And you may want to rotate so you're facing the side of your mat, or walk your feet wide enough, generally about mat width apart. So this is going to differ for all of us. We all have different leg length, different hip flexibilities, but you can adjust this as we move through this moving posture. So we're starting with our toes turned out, pointing towards about 10 and 2 if we were looking down at a clock. And we're going to bring our hands to our chest. We're going to do some squats. So we're moving with our breath. Inhale, sinking down into this squat. Taking just a moment here to pause and make sure our kneecaps are pointing towards the middle toe. The weight is evenly distributed through the feet. So if you're in a stance like this and your knees are wider than your heels, we need to walk our feet apart, okay? So just adjust accordingly. Exhale, press through the soles of the feet and lift the body back up. So again, moving with the breath. Inhale, sink down. Every once in a while, glance at your alignment. And exhale, press through the feet. So moving with our breath, continually opening through the inner thighs so the kneecap points towards the middle of the foot. Pressing deeply through the feet as we lift to turn on those muscles along the back side of the body. And on your next inhale, let's hold it low in this squat. Keep breathing deeply. Find a point to focus on, something that's not moving to help assist our balance. And as we hold it, we're going to feel the quads, the inner thighs, the hamstrings, the glutes all warming up. They're working hard. And to distract us a little bit from that, we're going to get the calves involved. So we're going to hold the body steady. If you were looking at yourself in a mirror, you wouldn't even notice that your head and torso, you wouldn't know that anything was moving. Okay? So we're going to peel the right heel off of the mat and lower it back down. Switching sides, left heel up and down. Let's continue to alternate right heel and lower left side. Keep breathing. Let's do one more each leg. Good. Let's lift both heels up. Maybe it's just a little bit of a lift off the mat. Maybe it's all the way up. But again, keep the upper body steady. We really need to use all edges of the foot at this point, all edges of the toes. Keep the eyes focused on a point. And don't forget to breathe into this challenging posture. Let's take one more breath. Exhale, heels down, straighten out the knees, come all the way up. Good job. Your legs should feel nice and warm at this point. So let's shake out the legs. Roll the shoulders back. Good. So let's turn, face the top of our mat if we're not already there. And we're going to move into pyramid pose. So we're going to step our right foot forward. Our legs are in line with our hips, so our feet are parallel to one another. Bring the hands to your hips or waist and roll the shoulders back. Find a nice long line down the back of the body. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to hinge forward. So we're keeping the upper body tall and a flat or a straight line running from the back of our head to our tailbone. So I want you to hold this position when you begin to feel the right hamstring lengthen. And then once we're there, bring your awareness to the rest of the body. So if your knees are really clenching, try and let them relax. Try and let the quads relax. Let's not fight against this stretch. If we can sink our chest down a little bit deeper while still maintaining a nice tall spine, go right ahead. Normally, once our body gets acclimated to the posture, we can move a little bit more deeply. Notice the back of your neck, if it's kind of arched and you're still looking forward, pull your chin towards your chest. And now let's all take a deep breath in together. And as we exhale, drop the hands down towards the mat or along the right leg. Draw your chin towards your chest. Look towards the right knee. Let the upper body just round forward, hanging over the right thigh. Breathing into that stretch along the back side of the body. So if your hands are comfortably touching the mat, I'd like you to inch them away from your hips, creating a nice long line from your hips down your back to your fingertips. Excellent. From here, we're going to shift our weight forward into the right foot. So you may need to bend the right knee. That's totally fine. And as we shift the weight forward, we're going to bring our shoulders over our fingertips or over our hands. So maybe you have your full palm on the mat, maybe it's just the fingertips. This doesn't really matter too much, but we just want to feel grounded or rooted to the mat. So as we shift our weight forward, we're going to do a couple leg lifts with the left leg to work on building strength to the left glute and hamstring. So flex the left foot and we're going to inhale that leg up and exhale it back down. Just tap the mat. So we're inhaling straight up. We're lifting from the left glute and exhale all the way back down. So your lower back should stay flat. We're not opening the chest or abdomen towards the left side of our room. We're going to do two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Good. All right, plant the left foot next to the right. Soften the knees and let's round up, stacking the back. Shoulders back. Good job. Let's step back with the right foot now, pyramid pose, opposite side. So rotate the hips towards the top of the mat. Shoulders are back, stand nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, knees are soft. Drop your gaze, draw it in towards that left leg. Wait until you feel that stretch and then pause. Breathing into it, noticing the muscles that work and support the lower body. So notice the quads, notice the lower back, notice the back of the neck, maybe pull the chin in slightly, looking down. If you can, hinge forward a little bit deeper, keeping a nice tall spine. On your next exhale, round forward. Drop your hands down towards the mat or along the left leg. Pull the chin towards the chest. Look towards the left knee and feel that stretch all the way down the back side of the left leg. If you can, walk the hands further away from your hips, creating a longer line down the length of the body from the hips to the hands. And now begin to shift the weight forward into the left leg. So as we do so, we're walking the hands forward, we're bringing the hands under the shoulders. The left foot is now under the left hip. Our right heel has lifted up towards the sky. And we're going to do a couple leg lifts on the right side, 5 total. So flex the right foot and lift the heel up as we inhale. Exhale, lower it down, tap the mat. Again, keep the lower back flat. Think about lengthening the leg and reaching through that heel. Let's do one more. Good. This time lowering the right foot down, stepping it next to the left. Soften the knees. Exhale, round forward, look towards the legs. Let the head and neck relax. Breathe deeply. Bring your hands around to the back of your ankles or calves. Pull the chest in closer as you lengthen the spine, reaching the crown of the head down towards your toes. Good. Release the legs. Let the upper body relax. And on our next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms forward and up into chair pose, Utkatasana. So inhale, sweep the arms forward, lift them up to shoulder height. As you bend the knees, reach back through the tailbone. So the chest is lifted and facing forward. The weight is evenly distributed through the feet. If you glance down, you can still see all of your toes. Let's pull the hands into prayer position. Hold them steady, the center of the body, and breathe. This is another great posture for building strength through the lower body, specifically the quads. You're going to really feel them warm up here. Good. Exhale, release, hinge forward, hands down to the mat, chin to the chest, straighten out the legs, and breathe. Okay, so with your hands down on the mat for support, maybe it's your fingertips, maybe it's your whole palm, we're going to keep our left leg under the left hip and we're going to keep the knee soft. But we're going to bend as much as possible the right knee while still keeping the entire right foot anchored to the mat. So once we bend that right knee, our hips are no longer level, all right? So we're shifting that stretch, and we're gonna feel this on the outside of the left thigh and into the outer hip of the left leg. So keep the upper body relaxed, keep looking towards the knees, and feel that stretch in the upper left leg. If you'd like more stretch, keep your lower body exactly where it is, but we're just going to rotate our upper body, our hands and our torso, to the right. So we're reaching away from the straight leg and feeling more stretch through the left side of the body. Good, let's walk our hands back to center if you've rotated, and soften the left knee, bend both knees a little bit, chin towards the chest, and just shake out the torso and arms and head. So now we're going to switch sides. We're going to keep the right knee straight, bend the left knee as much as possible. Feel that stretch shift into the upper outer right hip. Looking towards your knees, just hold and breathe. If you want to get a little bit more intense, we're inching our hands as we rotate the torso towards the left edge of our mat. Okay, so our hips are not rotating at all. The hip points are still pointing forward, but it's just the torso that spirals towards the left. Good, let's come back through center. Soften the right knee, maybe pedal the knees a couple times. Let the head and neck relax. Excellent. Let's anchor the fingertips to the mat. Step our legs back, come into downward facing dog, and breathe deeply. Good, let's lower our knees down. Keep the toes tucked, walk the hands back. Hips to the heels, roll the shoulders back, stretch the balls of the feet. If this is too intense, lean forward until you feel a little relief. All right? Good. Let's walk our hands forward, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel all the way up. Keep the hips level, again, so we're not opening to the right side. Let's sink down a little bit deeper into the left heel. Feel that stretch intensify through the left calf. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bend the right knee, step the right foot forward. Let's come into our low lunge. Hold it here, breathe deeply. Maybe we can drop our hips down and forward a little bit more. Feel free to adjust your stance, maybe walking your left foot back a little bit, maintaining the right knee over ankle position. And from here, we're going to lift into our high lunge. So press deeply down into the right foot, inch the hands off the mat, roll the shoulders back, stack them over your hips, hands to heart center, hold it here, breathing deeply. So feel that right quad really working hard to keep the body supported as we press down into the mat with the right foot. Good, nice hold on this tonight. Let's hinge forward, hands to the mat. Gently lower the left knee down, flatten the top of the foot, and sink the hips down towards the mat, breathing fully. And walk the hands back, straighten out the right leg, lift the toes, reach the crown of the head away from the hips, so elongate the spine before bending the elbows and lowering the chest down over the right thigh. We want to feel the stretch all the way down the back side of the right leg. Breathe into it. Good, let's walk the hands forward, come back into our low lunge. Curl the left toes under. If you can, lift the left knee. And we're going to come back up into our high lunge. So exhale, press into the right foot. Turn on that quad, roll the shoulders back, stack them over the hips, hands to heart center, and breathe. Good, fold forward, hands down to the mat, back into our low lunge. Gently lower the left knee, flatten the top of the foot, take a deep breath in. And exhale, walk the hands back, straightening out the right leg, lift the toes, lengthen the spine as you inhale, exhale, fold forward over the right leg. Excellent. Walk the hands forward, lower the right toes. Plant your hands on either side of the right foot. Curl the left toes, lift the left knee off the mat. We're going to rotate our left heel down to the floor for a modified extended side angle. So the right hand is going to stay in place, but we're going to open our chest towards the left and lift the left arm, sweeping it forward. Roll the shoulder back, stacking it over the right. Lengthen through the left fingertips and look up towards the left palm. Good, let's release. Left hand down to the mat. Rotate the left heel back up towards the sky. And let's step back to downward dog. Pedaling your heels, breathing deeply. And on your next inhale, left heel is going to lift up towards the sky. Bend the knee and exhale, step it forward, lowering the foot between the hands, coming into our low lunge. Maybe adjusting your stance, making sure that the left knee is stacked over the left heel. All right, from here, let's lift into our high lunge. Press down deeply into the left foot. Roll the shoulders back, hands to the heart, and focus the eyes. So just because we've lifted up, our legs might be a little bit tired now. We don't want to lift up and straighten out that left leg. We want to stay nice and low, in control. Good. Let's fold forward, hands back to the mat on either side of the left foot. Lower the right knee down. Hold it here. Flatten the top of the right foot to the mat. And we're going to walk the hands back, straightening out the left leg, lifting the toes. Inhale, lengthen, elongating the spine. And exhale, lean forward, hinging at the hips. Good, let's walk our hands forward, lower the left foot back to the mat, hold it here, letting the hip flexors, the inner thighs just relax. Curl the right toes, lift the right knee off of the mat, and let's press down into the soles of the feet, inching the hands off the mat, rolling the shoulders back, coming back into our high lunge. Keeping the body nice and steady. Excellent job. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Frame the left foot. Gently lower the knee. And relax the right foot to the mat. Walk the hands back. Hamstring stretch one more time, lifting those left toes off of the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, hinge forward. Good, let's release. Hands forward, lowering the left foot to the mat. Framing the left foot, we're going to curl the right toes under, lift the knee, and then rotate the arch or the inside of the right foot and the right heel down to the mat. Keep the left hand on the outside of the left foot. We're going to pick up the right hand and sweep it forward, extended side angle modification. Nice long line down the right side of the body. Tilt the chin up and look at the right palm. Keep breathing deeply. Good. Lower that hand back down, framing the foot. Lift the right heel and step the left leg back. Downward dog. One more time. Inhale the right heel high towards the sky. This time bend the knee, pulling the heel towards the glute, and shift the weight forward into pigeon, lowering the knee between the hands, pointing that right knee towards the top right corner of the mat. Relax the left leg back. Take a deep inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, hinge forward over the right leg, coming down maybe to your forearms, maybe even bringing your forehead down to the mat, finding a comfortable position that your body can relax in as we hold this stretch. Excellent. Let's begin to release, walking our hands back in, bringing them to either side of the right knee, elongating the spine, looking upwards and breathing deeply. Good. Let's curl the left toes, press into the palms, and exhale, step the right leg back, downward dog. Switching sides. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee. Exhale, shift the weight forward. Lower the knee between the hands. Relax the right leg back. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, fold forward. This side maybe a little bit more tight, maybe a little bit harder to get deep into this stretch. So adjust as needed. If you're feeling any pain in the knee or ankle, try sitting up and adjusting that left leg, pointing it a little bit further to the left corner or left side of the room. Your hips will lift up a little bit higher, but that's still a great stretch. So remember, we don't want any pain in the joints. We just want to feel a deep stretch through the outside of the left hip, maybe even the inner thigh as well. Good, let's release, walk the hands back. Inhale, look upwards, lengthen the spine. And as we exhale, step the left leg back. Downward facing dog, pedal the heels. And then lower your knees down to the mat. We're going to turn and face the side of our mat. You can continue to face the top of your mat if you prefer, but you may have more space if you face the side. So we're going to keep our left knee under the left hip and just step our right foot out to the right side, round the torso up so the shoulders are stacked over the hips, and keep the right hand on the right hip itself. Inhale, left arm up, nice long line down the length of the body, and exhale, reach over to the right. So we're keeping our shoulders, our face, our chest towards the front of the mat, or the front that is now the front of the mat. So keep elongating through the fingers as you breathe. And then come back through center and exhale the left hand down to the ground, just under the left shoulder. Press through the center of the palm and lift the right leg up as you inhale, and exhale, drop those toes back down. We're going to do a couple lifts. So inhale, lift, feel that side glute working. Exhale, release. Lift, try and get it in line with the torso, and lower. Draw the abs in for support. And we'll do one more. Inhale, lift, keep breathing here, holding that leg up. Flex the foot, press through the heel. Good, and lower the right foot down to the mat. Bring the hands forward. We're just going to bring them forward for support or balance. And we're going to sweep the right leg all the way to the back left corner of our room. So bend the right knee, lowering it to the mat, and then slide it in, tucking it against your left leg. So far your left leg hasn't moved, but now we are going to point the left toes towards the back right corner. So we're moving our feet away from one another, creating space for our body. So once we have our legs in this position, we're going to very gently, because this can be an intense stretch, walk our hands back, easing our hips down between our heels, not on top of them, but if that works for you tonight, that's fine. But we really don't want any pressure on the ankle joints. So if your hips don't land on the mat, that's fine. You're still going to be getting a good stretch if your hips are in the air tonight. Just keep your hands, of course, in place to help support the body. If your hips do come down to the mat, you can release the hands, and all we'll be doing is walking them forward. So whether you're walking your hands out, your chest is coming down towards that top thigh, or if you're still holding your body up, bend the elbows and lower your chest towards the left inner thigh. So we should be feeling that stretch on the outside of the hips and glutes. Good, let's release. Walk our hands back. Bring them to either side of the hips if they're not already there. Press through the palms so we can lift the hips up. And then just bring your hands forward, and unwind the leg. So pick up that right leg and bring the knee back under the right hip. We'll switch sides, stepping the left foot out to the left side, rounding the torso back up, placing the left hand on the left hip. Inhale, right arm up, fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, lean to the left. Find length through the right arm, the right side of the torso, and breathe. Good, let's release through center and exhale. Right hand down to the mat under the right shoulder. Again, we're going to do some leg lifts on this side with the left leg now. So let's inhale, left leg up, and exhale it down. So 5 lifts. Inhale, lift, really working that side glute or the medial glute, and lower. Inhale, lift, and lower. Good, 2 more. With control. The last one, as we lift, we're now going to hold, flex the foot, press through the heel. Good, let's lower that foot down, bring the hands forward, and sweep the left leg back and all the way to the right corner. Lower the knee, tuck it in along the right leg, and now take the right toes and point them to the back left corner. Begin to slowly, gently walk the body back. This side may feel different. So if you had your hips on the mat on the first side, you might not necessarily have them grounded on this side. So just move with mindfulness. We're bending our elbows, lowering our chest down towards the right thigh. Your hands are grounded. You can walk them out in front of you. Good, and let's release. So hands on either side of the hip, press through the palm, lift the hips up, and then walk the hands forward for support as you move your left leg over to the left side of the body. So let's swing our legs around, take a seat on the mat, bring the soles of the feet together, and just rest your hands on your feet or your ankles. We're going to let the outsides of our thighs really drop down towards the mat, let the legs relax as much as possible. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lifting up through the crown of the head, and exhale, lean forward. So we're not rounding here, we're just bringing the chest towards the feet. You should feel this through the inner thighs, and again, it should be a stretch. Shouldn't be painful. If it's too much, lean back a little bit. Good, let's release, lift the chest up. And now walk the heels apart, toes up towards the sky. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up, biceps next to the ears. And exhale, reach forward as you hinge. Dropping the hands to the mat when you can't hinge forward any further. Looking straight down towards the ground. And now we're going to walk our hands over towards the right leg. So center your chest over the right thigh. Walk your hands down the length of your right leg, keeping your shoulders even distance over the mat. Feeling the stretch shift to the outside, or the left side, I should say, of the torso, as well as the hamstrings. Good, let's release. Walk our hands through center, all the way over to the left, centering the torso over the left thigh, walking the hands down the left leg, breathing into this stretch. Good, and release, just lift the chest up, coming back to center. Wonderful job. Let's bring the legs together towards the top of our mat. So we can roll back. Take a nice deep breath. And then bend the knees. Pick up the right leg and place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Reach the right hand through the leg, the left hand on the outside of the left thigh. Draw the legs towards your chest, keeping the spine long and relaxed. And release. And let's switch sides. Left ankle on top of right knee. Reach the left hand through the legs, the right hand on the outside of the right thigh. Draw the legs in. And release. Tuck the shoulder blades under the back of the body, arms out to the sides, keep the inner thighs connected, and let's just gently lower both knees down to the right, look over your left shoulder. And bring the knees back up through center and gently down to the left, looking over the right shoulder. Good, let's come back up through center. And you can move into Shavasana, or you can of course always stay like this. This takes a little bit of the pressure off the lower back. The traditional Shavasana, we have our legs extended, heels about width apart, letting the toes roll towards the outside edges of the room. Arms are relaxed halfway between our hips and our shoulders. We're going to tuck the shoulder blades back and under the torso so our chest is open and lifted towards the sky. Take a moment, bring your right ear down towards the mat. Come back through center and look over your left shoulder, bring the left ear down. And then relax the head at its natural center. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let your whole body relax. Let your mind relax, letting go of any thoughts, plans, or ideas. And if your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to your breath. Bring it back to your body. Bring your awareness all the way down your body to your feet and mentally repeat after me. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. My ankles, calves, and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm, my breathing is even, and I am completely relaxed. Om. Gradually bring awareness back to your body and begin to move your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms overhead. Walk the heels together, lengthening the body. Reach through the fingers and all the way down to the toes. Reach your arms over towards the right side and the left side. And then gently roll onto your right, placing your left hand in front of your chest. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, press into the palm, lift back up into a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste. Great job tonight, everybody. Thank you for working hard. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so now. I'll see you on Monday, 6 p.m. for another class. Have a great week.